Healthcare has been one of the lagging sectors this year because of the reform talk. However, some of the best fund managers have gone against the grain and made big bets in the sector. Let's go now to Brennan Lothry for the explanation. Brennan?
Yeah, well, Scarlett, Bruce Berkowitz of Fairholme Fund fame, the folks running the Dodge & Cox Stock Fund, and the longtime managers of the Kaufman Fund all have parked more than 25% of assets in the healthcare sector. That's almost double the weighting of the S&P 500. Now, Berkowitz, via the Fairholme Fund, has 30% of his fund in that sector. He said in his latest shareholder letter that compelling arguments for healthcare companies are, 1, many are undervalued, 2, they have strong cash flows, and then 3, margins are high enough to assure a steady stream of profits going forward, but not so high to draw in competitors. He calls this the sweet spot. Now, what stocks does he like? Well, Pfizer is his top holding at more than 14% of fund assets. WellPoint, that's the benefits company, soaks up more than 4% of his fund. It's up some 24% this year. Now, the Dodge & Cox Stock Fund has more than $9 billion invested in this space. It, too, owns WellPoint, as well as Novartis, Glaxo, Amgen, and Merck, along with a host of other names. All of those names I just mentioned are in the fund's top 7 holdings. Now, both of those funds, the Fairholme and the Dodge & Cox Fund, are ahead of the S&P 500 for the year and for the past 5 years. Now, the Federated Kaufman Fund, which is the third largest mid-cap growth fund in the country, has more than 31% of its assets in healthcare shares. Some of its largest positions are in biotech names like Illumina and Cubist Pharmaceuticals. Now, all those funds have below-average turnover rates, which means they are in it for the long haul, and they like the prospects for that sector. Scarlett.
And they'll be watching tonight's address very carefully.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Brennan.